Hello everybody and welcome to video number 54 in my EFT series. And before I start, I would first like to ask you to take responsibility for your own well-being if you decide to tap along this video. So I have decided to do this video to help us with finding peace with ourselves and in the world, because I thought this is the best time to do videos like that. Now, if you've been following my videos and you've been tapping, you know, this is video number 54, you've already would be doing all the best you could do to look after yourself, to look after your own well-being, because if every one of us looks after ourselves and works through our own issues, then we will be taking responsibility for ourselves, and there would be no need for any wars in the world because everybody would be happy. So if you, as I said, if you've been tapping along with my videos before, then you already do a lot to find the peace inside of you. Every video that you do is basically helping you to find more peace inside. Okay, well, let's start to do a little bit of tapping. And just before we start tapping, just tune in to how you are regarding finding peace within yourself on a scale of 0, when 0 I don't have any issues, 10 when it's as bad as it could be. And join me in tapping along, and what we'll be doing is we'll just be tuning to what is going on generally for us at this stage. Sort of like, perhaps, you know, the world events perhaps are triggering you and you find it difficult to sleep. You know, you can be scared, worried, or even have nightmares. So if that is the case for you, then I recommend you do tap along and repeat after me. And if it's not quite right for you, then always, you know, welcome to change the words. Okay, so even though I struggle to find peace inside of myself, I'm not feeling focused at all, and it's even hard for me to meditate. There is both chaos inside of me and in the outside as well, but I love and accept myself anyway. Even though everything seems to be so hectic, I'm just so tired. It's hard to be in stillness, and my body is aching to be well and calm. I love and accept myself anyway. Even though my energy is not in line and it's scattered all over the place, and it is hard to be still, but I choose peace and love, and I accept myself anyway. Okay, so now we can just tap on each individual point, starting at the top of our head. I'm just feeling so hectic. I'm just losing focus. There is so much chaos in my life. No wonder, as there is so much chaos in the outside world. And I get upset watching all these images of what is currently going on, the war in Ukraine. I feel it's so unfair. All these innocent people are suffering. They have not caused this. I feel their hurt. I feel all this unfairness. All this chaos that is inside me. And all this chaos that's going on in the world at the moment. And I struggle to sleep, and I think of it all the time, of all these images of fighting. Oh, I feel that hurt. Their hurt is my hurt. Okay, so tune in to what is going on. What happened to the number as you were tapping along? Like, of course, we can continue tapping along with the true words, how it feels for you. But I've just kind of given an example of how you can first step on what is going on, in the world, and it can actually take you to what is going on for you. So, when I said their hurt is my hurt. So, for example, it would keep triggering for me a lot of things because I did not live through that, but my family did, and it happened in Prague in 1968 when the tanks have come in and people were scared, and because it's only natural that things like that trigger us. And for me, it's the trigger of it all triggers, even though I don't remember it myself. I do remember my family telling me, and a lot of my family in 1968 have left, to go to the West, because I come from a communist country where I wasn't allowed to express, I wasn't allowed to talk. And I was just triggered as I was preparing to do this video. I tried to watch the last video I did so I know what number this video is, and I couldn't access my videos, and my videos just were not, I wasn't able to watch my videos. I could watch all the other videos and I could watch ads on my videos. And then I started to think, oh my goodness, is this something because I'm being censored? And I started to panic and be worried about that. And then I got, I watched it from another browser, and then I realized that if I'm not watching it from my own, from my own account, my videos, that actually it's nothing, no one has taken any steps to take my videos down. But there I was, being triggered. And also, as I was preparing to do this video, there was this thing, I've lost my board where I usually put, the signs where I, write whatever the topic of the video is. And then I thought, okay, it's not the end of the world. I can draw something. So I enjoyed drawing that thing. And then also that piece on earth just popped up at me. I'm not a very tidy person. That's something I often tap on. But there it came, piece on earth. And I've also been doing a vision board, and that same image, piece on earth, that vision board was for my stepping stories for children. And I kind of was thinking, well, there is a message that card popped up at you, and it's nice to do something creative. So it's not the end of the world. I lost that, but it's just interesting how sometimes, watch out for messages from the outside, because they will be giving you a message. So the message to me was, don't worry, you lost the board, you'll find it one day. But in the meantime, just the clues are coming. The card was there in front of me, so I thought, yeah, I will do that. But anyway, going back to the tapping, as I've already mentioned, is if we do look after ourselves and we find the peace inside ourselves, and then we are happy, and we don't, there's no need for us to take it out on other people. And so I would just invite you to ask yourself, has something come up for you while we were doing the tapping? Was something which came when you did feel like this? Did something come up for you that happened when you were young, as you were growing up, or any other time? And what comes up for me is this. I've already did some tapping on it before. It was EFT for anger, where I tap on my anger as I have to release a frog outside because my mom and dad say, oh, that frog can't survive for too long and you should let it go. After one day, you should let it go. But for me, it meant, oh, I will lose this friend. I'm already very lonely. So I had a big tantrum. And as we were releasing that frog, or as I came to release that frog with my mom, I got a tantrum and I said, I don't want this frog to go. And I started to kind of stomp my feet, and I kind of almost wanted to kill that frog. Because I said, if I can't have this frog, then, you know, like, I don't want to have this frog. But it was really me showing that I'm very angry, and I did not want to kill the frog. It's a little bit similar to the virus, you know, like the virus comes, attacks us, and at the end, if the person dies, the virus will die within the person. So that, you know, it did not make any sense. But I really wanted to, you know, I was very angry, and I wanted to have the frog with me, so I did all I could. And so as I've been tapping through that first round, you know, I started, this thought came to me, this time when I got hurt, when my mom did not want to listen to me, did not ask me to express my anger. She would instead say, oh, I don't know you like that. And she herself had issues, or has issues, expressing her anger. I remember I have a sister who is 12 years older than me, and as a toddler, my sister was a teenager, and my mum and my sister would always fight. And sometimes my mum lost it. And I still remember pieces of furniture that, you know, got the chips off because my mum got so angry that she broke these pieces of furniture. And so when I think of that, I feel a lot of fear, but also a lot of anger that, you know, I was not allowed to express how I felt. And then we do express it through our, you know, if we are not able to express how we feel, then our bodies will express it through pain, through illness, or we'll shout at somebody else, like I did trying to, you know, be angry at that frog, which of course doesn't make sense, but that's, you know, what happens to us. So think about a time in your life when, you know, which, as you were tapping, you know, is there something that you've got a memory of? And if you do, then I invite you to tap along with me, and you can tap along with what I say, but if it's not, you know, because you will still be getting the borrowing benefits from that tapping. But, you know, put your own words in there. Okay, so tune in to whatever came up for you during the first round of tapping. And for me, as I said, it was this time as I'm releasing this frog, and all this anger which I have, which I can't express. So yeah, let's step on that. So even though I felt this anger when I was releasing the frog, the anger that I could not keep that frog. And my mom did not want to know about my anger. She said, I do not know you like that. So I was not allowed to express all this anger. But I love and accept myself anyway. Even though I felt this anger, and that anger had no way of escaping, so I was this horrible to this frog, or I tried to hurt the frog. I really did not want to hurt the frog, but that was my way of expressing my anger. So despite me not being able to express this anger, and I had that anger and I feel it now, I love and accept myself anyway. So even though all that anger is still inside of me, I still did not manage to find ways of releasing it. It's okay, at least I know now. My mum was so wrong, but she did not know any better. But I love and accept myself anyway. Okay, so at the top of the head, all this anger. All this anger I'm not allowed to express. My mom was so wrong. She should have asked me what was wrong. Then I could have told her. I could have told her I felt sad and lonely, and the frog was my friend. I did not want to let go of my friend. So I felt very lonely. And I could not say that even to my mom. And then there were times my mom was not there for me. And I missed my mom. I felt she was hardly ever there for me. And that might not be true because she did her best to look after me. But there were times I could not talk to her. I wanted her to spend more time during the holidays with me. But she would always say, maybe she will come for the weekend. But she still has to work. That was when I was on my weekend house with my grandma. I wanted my mom to come, but she said, oh, I'm busy. I don't think if I can come next week. So I felt so lonely. I could not say to my mom how I felt. I had to keep this anger all inside of me. And then I said to my mom later in life, I feel ill, and I always felt ill. I had pain, and I always had pain. But she told me I was a liar. She told me it was never true. And the only way I was able to gain love was by doing well. So I always strived to do as best as I could. So if I had good results, then I would feel I was loved. And that was the only way I felt I would earn my love. I was so scared of getting bad marks. I was so scared of facing criticism from my mum. If I don't do well, I won't be loved, I thought. But even today, my mum still criticizes me. She always finds something wrong with my videos. And she does not want me to share how I feel with others. Part of me feels scared. Scared because Mom will say, "Oh, you should not have been sharing." That's not right. But that was always the case. I was never allowed to say how I felt. And now it triggers me into thinking I can't share, everything will be censored. Okay, so see here, I went through, all that, I got triggered, but actually, I got, that came up for me during that fast stepping round. But as we kept stepping along, a lot of new things kept coming up for me. And one of the things which did come up for me was, I'm not good enough. Because I'm not good enough, I'm always criticized. Whatever I do, my mom will criticize me. And the feeling of not being good enough is actually true for many of us. And so that could be something we could step on as well. So even though I feel I'm not good enough, I never do anything right, I get always criticized, I love and accept myself anyway. Even though I don't feel like I deserve or I'm worthy, I don't think I'm good enough. I always get criticized, but I love and accept myself anyway. Even though I don't feel like I deserve or I'm not good enough, actually, I know that I'm just good enough by just being me. And I do love and accept myself for being me. So at the top of the head, I'm not good enough. Nothing ever works out for me. Anything I've tried in my life, nothing worked out. Most of my goals I had, they were never achieved. I just think I am a failure. But what if I'm not? What if I'm just good enough for being me? And just for shining the truth. And even sharing my story encourages others to share their own. And that is a good way of healing. Good way of accepting love and peace. Because I know that I love to give love unconditionally. That was not always true. I felt I could never say no. I was never myself. My mom would always say, if they did something for you, you need to give something back. But I learned that's not the case. I give unconditionally, and that taught me not to expect anything in return. I just give for the love of giving. And that helps me to find love and peace. And that peace is all inside me. That peace is all around me. That peace is in front of me. That peace is all behind me. And that way I'm able to send love and peace to the whole world. Okay, just take a deep breath and just see how you feel. And one thing, I forgot now what the study was called or what happened. It is now well proven that if enough people sit down and meditate, that can actually change any war for the better. It can change, make progress towards peace. So if enough people are there focusing on the love and healing, that can actually help those people who are at the moment finding themselves in war situations, that helps to resolve those, and that helps to find our path to peace. And I do send love and healing to people every morning, to people I know, but I also send love and people to those leaders who are not doing right. I won't say any names, but and the reason why I do that is that people who hurt other people, they only are hurt themselves. Like I was when I was trying to kill that frog, I was hurting myself. If I was able to express that, I wouldn't be doing that. So I send love and healing to the leaders who do cause harm to others, because I want them to feel that love, and if they do feel that love, then they will also be, hopefully behaving in a more loving way. And that is, my wish for all of us, that we all, live in peace and love. And thank you for watching my video today. Much love and much peace to you all. And I look forward to seeing you during my next video. Bye for now.